What's up guys, today I'm back with another guide. Today we're going to be looking at the Nightmare of Ashihama, which is a fairly challenging boss at first but can certainly be rewarding if you do land one of the rare drops. The Nightmare will attack with all three combat styles as well as a variety of special attacks. The key takeaway here is its weakness to Crush. There are a few ways of getting to the Nightmare, however I do recommend the Draken's Medallion as it is the most convenient. Now let's look at how we're going to set up for the Nightmare. This is a beginner's setup, and if you are learning I do recommend going with this or something similar. In terms of gear, I'm going with the full Elite Void set. I've also got a Bludgeon because the Nightmare is weak to Crush. Also got a Myth Cape because it does provide a Crush bonus. The reason we go with the Elite Void over max gear is that the Nightmare will target you based on your defensive bonuses, so if you are learning, you certainly don't want to be tanking. For a spec weapon, I've got a Saradomin Godsword for some passive healing, and also a Mage Switch for the totems. I've got a Sang Staff and some magic damage boosting items. We don't need the accuracy as the pillars are very weak to magic. Also got some super combats. We will need some balms for the parasites, and the rest full of brews and restores. When you arrive at the Nightmare and there is a pink aura around the Nightmare, it means that there is currently a fight taking place. You can right click and spectate this to see the progress of the fight. Alternatively, if you hang around at the front, you'll see the pink aura leave the Nightmare and you will be able to step into the dream. At this point here, you'll be able to join the next fight with the Nightmare. Let's take a look quickly at the fight overview. There will be 3 phases for your fight with the Nightmare. In each phase you will need to break the shield by attacking the Nightmare and then attack the totems, which will charge them, which will unleash an attack that actually damages the Nightmare. There are some attacks that will happen in every phase, and there also are some special attacks that will only occur in a certain phase, and we'll have a look at all of those now. My biggest piece of advice when preparing to take on the Nightmare is to get really familiar with the game sounds. In this example here, you can see I can correctly select my prayer with the Nightmare off screen. So I currently can't see the animation, but based off the game sounds, I know which attack is incoming. It gives you a lot more time to react, so it's definitely something you should get really familiar with while you are learning. This is the magic attack, and it can happen during every phase. This is the range attack, and it can also happen during every phase. This is definitely one of the most dangerous attacks. This is the Claws attacks, and it can happen during every phase. As soon as you hear the game sounds for this and see the animation, you need to be stepping off any of the black tiles. The melee attack will occur in every phase, however if you stay behind the Nightmare you will be safe from this attack, so I highly recommend that. In phase 1 the Nightmare can spawn husks. There will be 2 husks spawned around the targeted player. That player will not be able to move until the husks are killed. Kill these as soon as they appear. In phase 1, the Nightmare can also use a flower attack, which divides the room into 4 corners. To avoid this attack, we simply need to be in the corner with the green flowers. If you are outside this corner, you will take rapid damage on every game tick. When the Nightmare shield is broken, the totems will become available to attack. We need to quickly put on our Mage Switch and begin to attack the totems. In the top left corner we can see the damage remaining to each totem. Once all of the totems are fully charged, the Nightmare will spawn Sleepwalkers. The more Sleepwalkers that reach the Nightmare, the more devastating the attack that follows, so kill as many as these as possible, otherwise you'll be dealt heavy damage. During phase 2, the nightmare can curse you. You'll see the curse commence with the pink flash over your screens. You will also get a notification in your chat box. What this does is switch your prayer book around, where protect from magic becomes protect from range, and protect from melee becomes protect from magic. This can be a little tricky at first, but this will become easier with more practice. You will receive a message in your chat box when the curse effect is over, and your prayer book will return to normal. Also occurring in phase 2 is a parasite's attack. If you're using Runelight, you will have a pink health bar. You'll also receive a message in your chat box to say that you have been infected with the parasite. This is where you need your Resilium's Balm or your Sanfu Serum. So drink this as soon as you are infected. At a later point, the parasites will burst out of you, and you need to kill those as they will heal the nightmare. During phase 3, the nightmare will create spores. If you come within one tile of these, you will be infected by the spore. What this will do is you will be unable to run, and you will also attack one tick slower. The other really dangerous attack the nightmare has is the surge attack, and this will only occur during phase 3. The nightmare will jump under, reappear and charge across the room. If you are within her path, you will take heavy damage, so move away as far as you can. Now let's put all that together and have a look at a full kill clip. I will commentate over this clip and talk you through the kill. You will receive a notification in your chat box when the nightmare is about to reawaken, so make sure you pot up and you are ready for this. As soon as the fight commences, we go into Piety and Protect from Mage. The first attack is Protect from Magic, so I don't need to change my prep here. Just need to jump behind the nightmare to make sure I am out of the way of the melee attack. I very luckily moved just in time for that one. We do have a range attack now, so quickly switch my prayers. Special attack coming in, so I need to move one tile away. The nightmare has jumped down, which means she's going to use her special attack for phase 1, which is the attack with the flowers dividing the room into 4 corners. A little tip here, you can be meleeed because of the limited area, so you can try and flinch her, which I've successfully done here. So if you attack and then step away, and if you time this correctly, you can avoid the melee attack. The nightmare shields are down now, which means the totems are available to attack. So I've changed into my mage gear and begun to attack the totems. Keep in mind all the nightmare's normal attacks can still happen while the totems are being charged, so you will need to be aware of those. Some husks have spawned, so I'm going to quickly kill those now. All of the pillars are fully charged now, and attack was dealt at the nightmare. This is where these sleepwalkers are about to spawn, so make sure you kill as many of these as possible before they reach the nightmare. The minimum damage here is 5, but if more sleepwalkers get through, you can take heavy damage, so if a lot get through, potentially brew up to make sure you aren't KO'd. I use my Cerebin Godsworn spec here to do a little bit of passive healing. Again, staying behind the boss so we aren't targeted by the melee attack. The curse has begun now, so my prayer book is going to shift. I'm currently sitting on Protect from Magic, hovering over the Protect from Magic prayer in case I do need to switch to range. This one is really confusing, but with practice you will get the hang of it. The effect of the curse is over now, so the prayer book is back to normal. Just need to dodge the special attack there, as the totems are now ready to attack. So into the mage gear and beginning to attack the totems. Keeping in mind the nightmare's attacks can still happen, so make sure you are switching your prayers and you are prepared to move in case there is a claws attack. All of the totems are fully charged now, so the nightmare was dealt another attack. The sleepwalkers are about to spawn again, so get ready to kill these before they do reach the nightmare. We're now on to the last phase here, so we'll put our Protect from Magic on and begin to attack the nightmare again. We are staying behind the Nightmare here, remember, so we are not targeted by the melee attack. Kill the remaining parasites so they don't heal the boss. We're safe from that melee attack because we were behind the boss. And again, from behind we are safe. The Nightmare has now created the spores. Unfortunately, I am pathed into one here as I do auto attack the Nightmare. You'll see my character begin to yawn shortly. This means during this period, I cannot run and I also attack one tick slower. This is really dangerous in combination with the claws attack, as well as the surge attacks, as your character will move slowly during this, so be very quick when you're reacting to these, otherwise you will take heavy damage. The Nightmare shield has been broken for the last time now, so we can attack the totems for the final time. Here the Nightmare does a surge attack, so as soon as I see it drop under the ground, I move away quickly to make sure I am not in the path of the Nightmare. For the last time now, we'll kill the totems. You'll see that I was able to pray there correctly, even though I couldn't see the Nightmare based on the sounds. Once the totems are fully charged, the Nightmare goes down. Most importantly, wish everyone good luck, and hopefully you might get some luck yourself, potentially a very, very high value drop. That is the end of my beginner's guide to the Nightmare. This is a fairly challenging boss at first, and certainly be prepared to die, but with practice it will become easier.